Hello, grade 10. We're going to do this activity 7, number 1 and 2. So basically you've got to write down on a page the answers, but I'm going to go through them quickly. I'll explain things so that you know what you're doing, and then you try it by yourself without looking at the video. If the expression is invalid, motivate why. Right, so we have R value, which is a real data type. You can't have a real data type in a case structure. Remember I said only integers, chars or boolean. Then the second one, number B, R value X plus R value Y. Yes, that is valid. Number C, well, when you divide an integer by an integer you get a real number, and case cannot have a real value in its case structure there. The second one, D, S answer. S answer is a string, but we're pulling out character number 1, so that is a char, so that will be fine. We can test it. Let's say case S answer character number 1 of I must make a variable here, hey? S answer parallel string, and if it's a 3 in inverted commas or a 4 in inverted commas, so if I run this program, it's not giving me any error messages. So this is in my on activate event, so that is why, oops, access violation, sorry. Alright, there's no value given to S answer. Let's go and see. S answer equals Jane, just any string. Right, I know it doesn't make sense, but we're just checking that the program runs fine. There's no output, so there we go, it's working fine. So you can put S answer character number 1 inside that, so that is valid. Trunk, you have a real number and you trunk. Trunk returns an integer, therefore that is valid. Frac, on the other hand, returns the real number, but trunk returns an integer, so that can be there. And this last case statement, R value Y mod 2. Well, basically this is a statement that will return true and false, so that is valid because it's be a boolean variable, and then you say case that of true and false, and what it's doing is just taking a number and checking to see if it's a odd or an even number, so that is true. Right, going on to 1.2. So we have case S answer. Now first of all, invalid. You can't have S answer here because it's a string, so you can't have it there, so that's invalid. So here we have another one, case R value X. So R value X is an integer. Okay, we're checking it there. R value is integer 1, 2, 3. Well, you can't duplicate the, there's 2 2's here, that's not valid. And also you've got 2 things that you want to do, so they should be wrapped between begin and end, so that's also a problem. Otherwise everything else is fine. I know there's a semicolon before the end here, but it is allowed in the case structure. Right, the next one, R value X div 2. Now that div 2 will return an integer. Div and mod return integers, so that's valid. Let's look at the rest of the statement. 1 to 9, that's right. 10 to 20, that's right. Well, we've got a problem here. We've got 20 and a 20. So that's not valid because you can't have 2 numbers in the same the same number in 2 different ranges. So that has to be 21 in the second one. Right. Now we go to the temperature reading, number D. Case R temperature, fine, it's an integer, but you cannot have less than 0. You must have a negative number, say minus 10 or minus 20, whatever, ... 0, and then you can have that. 1 to 10, fine. 10 should not be there, it should be 11 to 15, okay. 16 to 24, fine. And this one, you can't have that, it's got to be 25. You can have an else part rather say else, show message hot, not this statement over here. Greater than 24 is not valid. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at number 2. What will the values of r number x and y, r number y be after the case structure? R number x is 3, r number y is 3. So we add 3 to the 3, that's 6. So r number y will then be set to 1. That will be the result of this case structure being executed. Okay, so tomorrow we will do some more. Thank you.